Welcome to Saha TV. This is Dr. Virender Sodhi. Ayurveda and yoga are the integral part of a society. It has been there for more than 5,000 years. The yoga and Ayurveda were not different, by the way. It has later on, people are just especially in America, the first movement came with Swami Vivekananda was the yoga movement, and people has known yoga for a long time. But Ayurveda has been in the late 80s, and now people are understanding that they are the same thing. The yoga and Ayurveda are the same root of 5 basic elements. Yoga is the exercise part of the Ayurvedic medicine. And yoga has the meditation element to it. Yoga has a stretching element to it. Yoga has a weight training element to it. Yoga has aerobic part to it. So when we talk about exercise, exercise is not complete. Just you can run or jog, but running or jogging basically will ruin your knees and your hips. Talk to any joggers who has jogged for 20 years. They will say their knees are gone or the hips are gone. But if you walk, you're never going to have that problem. You can walk up to 100. One of the oldest marathon runner is Mr. Faja Singh, hails from India. He's 105 years old and is still walking. But if you run, your knees and hips are gone. So walking is a phenomenally good exercise, and then this is actually encouraged in yogic practice too. And doing simple stretches, very, very simple stretches. And there are different stretches for different diseases, for neck pain, back pain, diabetes, hypertension. For example, for hypertension, very simple posture, dead pose, lying down on the floor, and your palms are facing up, and you lie there, and the studies have shown that blood pressure dropped 10 to 15 points, which is a lot more powerful than a drug, because when you get a drug, the body has to act differently. The drug has a special kind of chemicals which goes on and latch onto the receptors, and they latch on and they do their action, but they don't have any intelligence, because this doesn't have any DNA. The herb has a DNA, by the way. The food has a DNA, but the chemical does not have a DNA. So what happens? It latches on and then does not latches off. So that's why we see problem with beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, or calcium channel blockers for blood pressure treatment. But when you're lying down in a shavasana, you're not using any chemical. You're using your own body's mechanism to calm down and relax. Similarly, there has been different postures, like for example, sun salutation. Now this is a kind of weight-bearing exercise too, and weight-bearing exercise increases your muscle mass. When you increase your muscle mass, you are actually getting stronger, because the bones get stronger, and when you're doing stretches, your ligaments pulls on and increases your muscle strength. If you know from any athlete that if you don't stretch, you are not very strong, because the tight muscles will put you into spasms and into degeneration of your joint. So stretching, the weight-bearing exercises, the breathing exercise. So if you look at the yoga, was a complete science. It was science of breathing. It was science of weight-bearing exercise, science of aerobics, and science of stretching. And now we are realizing that this is the whole package. We can't just run. We have seen that actually the marathon runners die prematurely. They have a lot more chronic diseases. If you don't believe me, talk to any football player or any basketball player who has played, professionally. Talk to them after age 40 or 50. They all have bad knees. They all have bad hips. But if you're a walker, you walk every day. So Ayurvedic medicine encourages walking, and the morning and evening walk are the best, and we call them sandhyas. Sandhyas are union, when the sun and moon cycles are changing its positionings, and those are very important electromagnetically for us, and resetting our pituitary gland and pineal gland to that orientation. A lot of us, we have been traveling now because of the modern days with the aeroplanes. We go from one time zone to another time zone, and I also travel lecturing, all over the world. But most of the time, I'm not jet lagged, and people are very surprised. Say, God, you're not jet lagged. What is the secret? My secret is, when I go to that place, the first thing I do, I look at the sun. Sun is the best way of setting your pineal gland to that orientation at that place. And you look at it, close your eyes, open your eyes, close your eyes, open it. And I also do face the sun and do sun salutation. And when I do it, 5 or 10 of them, my body orients to that position. So yoga and Ayurveda are integral part of your healing process. And if you combine the wisdom of Ayurvedic medicine in food, in the wisdom of a yoga in exercise and weight training, and the common sense approach of Ayurvedic medicine to stay healthy, you'll be disease free. And one of the motto of my education is that we have to have a disease free society. The main focus of all the drugs these days we have focused towards drugs and disease. You have a heart disease, so we have to have a statin drugs with the zero benefit. I wrote an article which has been published in the Journal of International Complementary and Alternative Medicine. I published that there is no benefit, zero benefit of statin drugs. If you take statin drugs, your chances of getting diabetes increase 50%. Now you tell me you're helping the process, you are making it more disease process. Because when you have diabetes, you have 4 times more chances of getting heart attack and strokes. So you're actually making it worse. So again, your body is your natural pharmacy. You can trigger all the healing mechanism by simply following the laws of Mother Nature.